Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And so I have a flip through of this very chunky December daily. So this is my December daily 2020, and if you remember me talking about how like the album that I chose and like my kit and everything, I did say that I wanted to go with I went with the rings because they tend to get really chunky, and like I didn't want this, basically. I didn't want this. But apparently even with the rings, I still got all of this. And so this is the entire month. This is January. This is December 1st to the 31st here, and it is big. It is big, and I kept up with it, and I am so proud that I kept up with it the way that I did, because it's just like a little time capsule of the month. And the way I approached this was very much a Seuss Fish scrap therapy, and so I didn't document like stories necessarily. There's very little photographs in here. It was just, if I needed a prompt, I will use a prompt and like write what happened, or like just write off the prompt, or I will like occasionally tell little stories of things that occurred that day, maybe if they were significant, like something like this. But yeah, it was just like an anything goes, just have fun, document the month in a way where not quite documenting the every single day, but just, thoughts, feelings, using some prompts when you don't really know what to write, because for me, December tends to be really slow and quiet. And yeah, so I had so much fun putting this together, and I'm so glad that I kept up with it the way that I did, and that it became so big and chunky and fluffy. And so I kind of wanted to flip through this with you and show it to you all now. And so my cover is just chipboard, and I covered it in this bubblegum pink fabric with these little snowflakes on them. I don't know how well that's picking up on camera, and I don't know how well this is focusing because I do have it on manual, but then this is really chunky. But yeah, that's what's here. I used 2 felt hearts from the Felicity Jane Bailey collection, and then this little piece that says Wonders of Winter is from Crepe Paper, I think it's from Snow and Cocoa. And then I have them on white rings, which I'm probably gonna have to switch out and do something. I might just put ribbon through the hole so that it's not so chunky. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But on here I have a little charm here. This star charm came in my Felicity Jane Cocoa kit, and so I put it here. I put a Tim Holtz snowflake charm there, and then I put I think these were like the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams tassels. I just had one in pink, and then I just kind of looped it there like that. Really simple, really cute. I really like it. And so this is my book. My book is roughly a 6 size, so 4x6 ish, give or take. And so yeah, so the inside of course is lined with this. It's actually from a gift bag that Seuss sent with Happy Mail a long time ago, and it's just stars, and some of them are silver foil. And then my first page here is just a little Hello Winter, December 2020, on this beautiful paper from Seuss. So I used a lot of Seuss's digitals, and some of them are old digitals, which you can no longer find in her Etsy shop. I don't know, maybe if you leave enough comments for her, she will bring some of these back, but these were like old previous little digital kits that she had made. I did use a few things from her Pink Christmas, I think. I know I had a bunch of that stuff in my little kit, but who knows what I actually used up at the end. These little pieces here, this is how I counted down my days, was like a little letterpress cut apart sheet from the Paper Person shop. It came in a kit, and I don't think the kit is available anymore in the shop, but I will link to the Paper Person shop, and I'll link to Seuss's Etsy shop if you're interested in just checking it out. But yeah, so this just says Hello Winter. This was a really old Heidi Spot piece that I had, and then this winter came from, I think, the Snow and Cocoa sticker sheet, and if not, Snowflake, both crepe paper. And I have the little tickets there. And then we go into sort of like my reasons why page. I say that like that because I just took the idea from Allie Edwards' December Daily and decided I always introduce my scrapbooks and my journals anyway. And so the reason why is like a nice introduction. I always include a calendar. And so this is from Snow and Cocoa. It's from a cut apart sheet. And so it's the calendar here. And then I put this foam sticker that says hope here, because the theme of my little book here was just to have a hope for this season and for next year and all the things. This is from Freckled Fawn. It's from like a really old thing of foam phrases that I had that I kind of wanted to use up, and so I used almost all of them up in this little book. And so hope here. And so I kind of journaled out my reason why December is all about hope, and then I list hope here, and then I wrote like a little thing there. And it's funny too, because you'll see at the end, one of Seuss's prompts for the last day of December was about hope for the new year. And so it kind of came full circle in a way, my little book here. And so this is day one. Again, not much happens in my December. And so I just kind of wrote like a little notes from today. I noticed that a lot of my pages, since I used a lot of dimensional pieces, the ink kind of smudged. So you'll see random smudges everywhere. But I will link a page on my website that has the gallery view of like all the photos of all of my pages here. So if you want to see all of those in like the nice, I usually take my photos like right after I do the pages, so they're nice and crisp and not smudged. But yeah, I just kind of used a random photo for my stash and like random bits from my little kit. So a lot of Seuss's stuff. This card is from an old hip kit. This paper is from the Paper Person shop, and just stuff like that. And a lot of sheet music. I used a lot of sheet music in this. And so this was just a little random notes of what happened today. I think I caught up on YouTube videos. To be quite honest, I don't quite remember. This is a page where I did use one of Seuss's prompts. And so this prompt was 3 things you are grateful for. And I used this kind of ombre swatch thing that came in the Felicity Jane Cocoa kit to kind of list out 3 things that I'm grateful for. And then this was just like a decorative piece. I used a couple of these kittens, and these were from a free printable from Kiki K. They just matched really well. I really liked it. Day 3 was another prompt from Seuss Fish. This one was something you did well, and I think I made a bunch of stuff this day. I know I was working on tons of like December holiday cards for my friends like this month, so I think that's what I just kind of listed out here on this Felicity Jane card. This is where I used some modeling paste. I had some extra modeling paste from a Felicity Jane project that I was doing, and so I just kind of smeared it through the Felicity Jane Cocoa stencil onto this page. It gives it a little something extra, I think. This is one of the pages where I really love the background paper that I mixed together. This is crepe paper, and then this is a printable from Seuss, and I just kind of love the colors. And then this I am still doing my little self-portrait project, and so this was one that I had completed and posted on Instagram, I think on day 4, and so I documented here. I have a few that I actually posted on Instagram this month, and so I made sure to print those out in little like kind of faux Polaroid type prints and put them in my book. But I did use a prompt, what's on your mind. I have no idea what I was talking about here. I think I was just talking about my self-portrait project that I was doing. But yeah, again, a mixture of different collections and different pieces from my stash. I will definitely leave a link to my like the album and the kit that I'm using, because that explains like what I'm using in this book. A lot of Paper Person shop, a lot of the Felicity Jane Cocoa, like this is from Paper Person's Christmas lines, a lot of Seuss Fish printables, and then Snow and Cocoa, mostly Snow and Cocoa, and a little bit of Snowflake from crepe paper. That's basically what I used in this little book. And so this is day 5. I kind of used this card from the Paper Person shop just to kind of have like a something here, like something visual here. And then I use one of these pockets from the Cocoa Felicity Jane kit and just kind of layered up my little number here on this felt star that was sewn to the pocket. And then in here, I just have my journaling. I'm not going to show you my journaling, but I think a nice thing that happened is what the prompt was. And so I just have my journaling tucked in there in that pocket there. Day 6, I used another prompt. This one is 3 things you love right now. And I just used this card from Seuss to kind of list out the 3 things. And then I put my little me here. And so this is a little drawing of myself that Seuss did. And so I just kind of put her there and then decorated. Day 7 was all about Animal Crossing. This is a screenshot from my Animal Crossing island where 2 of my friends came to visit, and I just happened to capture this. I have some vellum here. that I kind of stapled the little number, and then I did my journaling on this side about Animal Crossing. So Animal Crossing was a very big thing in 2020 for almost, I think, I want to say everybody, but especially me. It's how I got to see my friends and chill out with my friends and stuff like that. So, okay, day 8 was, I think, about this card. And so me and my friends, we did a kind of like a holiday-y type card swap, and this was the first card that I got, and so I wanted to put as many cards in here as possible, and I'm still waiting on a few cards from my friends, so we'll see what makes it in here and what doesn't, but the ones that kind of fit, I put it in here. So this is from my friend Jules, and she wrote a little note and she drew me, and so I kind of wanted to put that in here. That's what I'm journaling about here. And then on the back, I kind of covered it so I can use it for day 9's page. And day 9 was also a prompt, one thing you are working on. I have no idea what I wrote, but that is this. Day 10 was another one of my creative self-portraits, and that I put in here. And of course, you see how this ink, I was using Muji pens, and they just kind of rubbed off on everything. So they rubbed off on these alphas from Felicity Jane here, if you can see. But in my photographs, they're beautiful and pretty. But yeah, everything is just kind of smudged right now. And it could be that my book is so like chunky. But I did use a prompt here, and I wrote a note to the younger you. And then this photograph was what I wrote on Instagram. I kind of recapped it here, was always wanting more. And I remember when I was much like a teenager, that idea that I was kind of never satisfied and always reaching for something that I don't know what I'm reaching for. And so this, now that I'm a bit wiser and know that, just kind of wrote that here. And so I thought that little prompt was fitting. Oh, this came off. So this is another thing from my friend. This is from my friend Kat, and then her little letter is tucked back here, and so I paper clipped it to the page, to the back of that page here. But she drew me, and there's a little note on the back, and I'm not gonna take all that off, but she drew me, and so I kind of wanted to have her drawing here, and it like matched so well with my little book, and it was perfectly sized. I didn't have to cut it down or anything, and so I liked having that in here. I actually like having the little things that my friends sent me in this book. It just makes it a bit more, I want to say, personable, even though this is all about me and my December, but it's just nice having that little piece of them in here too. And so that's what I journaled about over here. One nice thing you noticed today, a nice thing someone said, I took liberty with those 2 prompts and just wrote about this beautiful drawing that my friend drew of me for me. And so 12 and 13 are on one spread. I did use prompts for both. This one is 3 things that bring peace, and I wrote that down here. I used these little alphas throughout my book. They're from the Paper Person shop, and I used them. These little girls are from Seuss, from an older collection. All of her newer collections have cute little girls in them. So again, I will leave all the links down below. This is another one of those spreads where I love the matching paper. I used a crepe paper and then a Seuss paper that just kind of just matched really well. The colors just, it was perfect. This one I used a prompt that says something that made you smile, and I have no idea what I wrote, and I'm not going to read what I wrote, but that is 12 and 13. 14 was documenting another card that I got. So my friend John sent postcards, and so I kind of did a little collage and a little writing space and wrote about that. I had this vellum, the sparkly star vellum, so I did the same thing and clipped my staple to the number there, and then I had to trim down his postcard a little bit, but not too much. So this one does kind of stick out a little bit because I didn't want to kind of mess up the writing there. But yeah, so he kind of drew this in, and I love how he wrote, these are lyrics from a Carly Rae Jepsen song that we both like, but it kind of represents something specific for us. It's the song that we kind of listened to and like geeked out on the entire time we were in Southeast Asia for like 3 months. So that was really cute that he put that there. So I'm only covering up my address. But day 15 was, I don't know what happened. And so I just put this card there that says, "Oh dear" on it. And it just kind of fits really well because honestly, I can possibly tell if anything happened significantly. And I just kind of put this card here. So I guess that's how day 15 went. Day 16, I think was a little blip. This is when it started snowing. We got like a really big snowfall, a big for New York City. And so I kind of used, actually all of these pieces are from Felicity Jane. Cocoa paper. The stars are from Cocoa. This was an old piece. This is actually Cocoa paper as well. This is Brie puffies. This is so old. I've had it in my stash for forever, but I wanted to use Felicity Jane things here. I used a prompt here, one little word possibilities, wrote them here on this Seuss Fish card, and then just kind of use these old alphas that I had here to say one little word. 18 and 19, actually 18, 19, and 20 are like a hybrid. So these photos are from day 19, I think. I don't know what happened on day 18, but again, this is the snow. These are photos from Central Park that I took. And so I just kind of put day 18, 19 together, put all the photos here, and then did the journaling for 19 and 20 on here. The prompt here is today's treat. I did journal about picking up some Krispy Kreme donuts. And so that's why this makes sense to me. But yeah, that's this. Day 21. So this is when I started dog sitting, my neighbor's dog. In the evenings, I would go to their house and like hang out with the dog. And I couldn't get their TV to work for the life of me. It was stuck. I think they had the Roku plugged in and that's all that came up, and I couldn't get to like the television. And so I just watched Netflix and I rewatched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and so I kind of put that there because this whole week that's all I did in the evenings was rewatch this show. And so I used this card from the Paper Person shop. It's supposed to be for like new television, but whatever, I used it anyway because it says watching and had a little TV, and so I kind of wrote that here. And I used one of Seuss's prompts here saying enjoying right now, and I put it on a piece of that same kind of vellum paper. And so on the back of it, I just put in another card from the Paper Person shop. This one, I love this one. Do not disturb until 2021. And I kind of wrote just about that, just about the year and like the frustrations, the anxiety, and just the feeling of being tired and drained and like, you know, just kind of want to sleep and just leave me be until the new year. And so that's this page. 23, I used prompts from Seuss. This one says an encouraging note to you, 3 words to encourage yourself. I kind of put them together. And so I kind of used up all of the foam words from that Freckled Fawn thing that I had, pack that I had. This one says laugh, smile, create. Those are very encouraging words. They kind of fit, so I kind of went with that. Here I put a card from Seuss's Pink Christmas here, and I just kind of put some these little stickers from Snow and Cocoa that I had. Just, you know, hello snow, snowflake kisses, snow day every day. Just kept something simple there. Again, this book was all about, it was supposed to be fun and not like documenting anything really serious. This, me and my friends, we like to do these Pick Crew Me kind of like little avatar generator things. And so this was like the cutesy Christmas one. And so of course I had to print mine out and put it in my book. And of course it comes in a spread that has the matching Seuss crate paper that I like, combination that I like. So I did like a little cluster here or there. And over here, I used the prompt, what you like most about you, your 3 best features. And I just kind of list out things that I liked about myself here. It's very cute. I really like this spread. So day 25, I did one of the currently cards. This is an old Studio Calico card and just kind of listed my currently's. Apparently I'm not reading anything. So that has been my year. I have not been reading anything. And so over here, I just kind of did like a little cluster of different crate paper pieces. They're all ice skating because I guess in every collection there's some sort of ice skating thing that happens. And any of the crate paper winter collections, I should say. So 26 is basically dedicated to this postcard that my friend sent me. This is her amongst all of her plants. And it says season greetings. I just kind of cut it in half. This part is where my address was. So I glued that down. And then her little note is over here. I love this. I love including, again, that's my favorite part about this book is having all of my little, the postcards and cards from my friends in this little book. So 27, I used a card from the Paper Person shop. This says everybody is a homebody in 2020. And then I don't know what I wrote here, but I did a writing spot, and over here it says the season of comfort and joy. So happy. And I guess I wrote about my day here. Oh, I did write about my day here, and it continues on. It continues on to 28. And so 28 was all about watching Soul. This is the new Disney Pixar movie that Disney so kindly released on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. And so I watched it. And so I printed out one of the movie posters, and I love the colors and everything. I'm just like, you know, that's going to be a full page in my book. I put it in here, and then the journaling over here. 29 was about catching up on this December daily. And so I just wrote make, I put a little button stuff here, and then I just journaled about how I was catching up on this little book. 30 is all about my top 9 or best 9 on Instagram. And then I used a prompt here, says thinking about, and I just kind of journaled about the projects that ended up in my top 9, and how, for the most part, it's always photos of things that I create that I don't necessarily think will do well or that people will like, and they're the ones that people like the most. It's so interesting how that happens, that, you know, the stuff that you probably don't like that much but you share anyway, and those are the ones that people really love. At least this is from my observation from years of doing a best 9. But yeah, so I kind of wrote about that and put that in here. This is my best 9 for the year. And then the 31st, I did this little quilt with different pattern papers, and I used one of those Freckles Fawn stickers here. It says giggles, and then again did the vellum thing with the number here. And then I used the last prompt from Seuss, and it was hopes for 2021. And so I used those same paper person alpha stickers, and then made a giant list about what I hope for in 2021. And I kind of reiterated what I wrote in the beginning and my reason why of what I hope for. And so that is my list there. And then the last page of my book is literally from a old book that I ripped up, and it says the end, and that's it. That's the end of my December daily, and it's super chunky, and I absolutely love it. And I think I might change the rings out. I don't know, I haven't decided yet if I want to change them out for some ribbon, so that way I can sort of level it and it can just be leveled, because with the rings it's really hard. But that is my December daily. I do have a couple of process videos. I didn't do all the process videos for all the pages, because kind of halfway in I'm just like, I just want to play in this. I don't really want to like film process videos and then have to edit them and all this stuff. So I kind of stopped doing them, but I did have all my pages up and everything. And so I will leave a link to that gallery of all the pages in this book in the description box down below, with links to everything else that I said. I don't even know what I said that I will leave links to, but I'll leave those links down below. I really hope you enjoyed this little look at my December daily and how it just came together. I really love it. I really hope that you are all well and that you're all having a great start of the year and feel energized and hopeful and all those things that kind of, I didn't feel last year in 2020. But yeah, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this. I will be back soon, probably with more, if not with more flip throughs of projects. Definitely working in my unraveling journal, because I did promise that I would share more of that this year. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.